When I first started powerlifting, I was a junior doctor in the hospital. I decided to take a year off that, and my supervisors and mentors said, this job's not going anywhere, but how often do you get the chance to pursue a world championship? And it was a scary decision, but in my mind, I was not going to have a very long career. It was going to be short and sweet. That sort of all or nothing mentality, I definitely have that, and just competed and trained and then worked enough to sustain all of that. That was 4 years ago. Winning my first world championship, it went perfect. The numbers were perfect. I was perfect. I did what I had to do, and I got the gold and got medals in every single lift. And so having experienced Commonwealths and Sheffield and then Worlds, I wasn't worried about not being prepared. Before Sheffield and after Commonwealths especially, a lot of people were talking about the travel aspect and how far New Zealand is and how long we have to travel to compete. It used to annoy me, but it doesn't now, because the proof is in the pudding. I can compete and become a world champion after 30 hours of travel because I control what I can control and I give myself the best shot. So honestly, that was what everything was leading up to. It was all about becoming a world champion. I have that title and I am going to have that forever. For the first 20 years of my sporting life, my parents were my coaches. So my mum and dad coached me my entire life in netball. And I'm not sure if they realized, but they created a machine. And I always think they were ahead of their time in sport mentality. And so it's them. They're the core of the sportswoman that I am today. They really are. After I won, seeing my family in the crowd, all with their Tongotea New Zealand shirts on, it was just so perfect. It felt like a movie. I felt so lucky that I had all these people there to support me, and that in that exact moment I got to hug them and kiss them and cry and do all of those things. When I was getting my medals, I start to hear my mum doing a haka, and I can hear her and my auntie. When you see everything happening, you don't feel like you're at home. And then when you start to hear that, you're immediately taken home. And you just know that them and everybody at home is sending you all their love. Being a part of the first Sheffield, honestly, it was incredible. Being surrounded by greatness every day, all the time, the whole experience. I've never experienced anything like it before. All I can imagine is that, this is what a professional athlete feels like. I watch a lot of CrossFit vlogs, different athletes, men, women, all different stages in their careers, and when I started watching them, I didn't think that I would be on the other side of that. I thought World Championships was the biggest it would get. I didn't imagine that there would be a Sheffield with everything that they've been putting into it. Getting an automatic invite to Sheffield, undeniably, it feels really good. It feels really validating. I felt like I had a lot to prove last year, and I was constantly trying to prove myself. And now I don't have to worry about that. Now I can just train and be strong as hell. Reflecting back on my 2023 Sheffield performance, I wasn't happy with it. It wasn't a good performance at all. It was 6 for 9. I did less than I had planned to. Everybody was talking about Jess, Agatha, and me. That was the big female side storyline. I didn't go there to win a 76 battle. I went there to win Sheffield. And the performance that all of us had is not the performance that any of us wanted. But I still came away with knowing that on all our bad days, I'm still the best. I'm aware that a year ago I did 600 and I've done less ever since. But my mental and physical is peaking. I've been through the growing pains. We've sorted out all the programming, we've sorted out how my body responds, and everything we do now creates bigger and better lifts. I've had a really good break. I've had a decent time to deload and to recover, that we're just going to start this process again, and I'm feeling really confident that 600 is in the past for me, and we're going to push it further and set a whole new standard that people need to catch up to. Last year there were 3 of us, and now there's just me. For like a split second you feel like people are running away from you, but then I realized that Agatha made the best decision that she could, but I'm going to keep doing what I'm going to do, and I think she will be back, but when she comes back it's not going to be 600 anymore.